My son was in quite the accident about a year ago, and he has he doesn't remember it at all. So I had just gotten a walking pad. At the time, my son was scared of ladybugs. So sometimes he just didn't want to go outside. I needed to get some steps in. I love my walking pad. So I set it up. He sees Madam Web on Netflix, and he goes, I want to watch Spider-Man. It makes sense. So we're watching Madam Web, and it gets to the part where I think they're in like a subway or some sort of train, and he says spin because the dude in Madam Web the costume's black. He was playing with this little basketball that was kind of deflated, and I hear him say ow, and I was all, what's up, baby? And he's all, ow. I was like, what's wrong? He's all, ow. So I look back, and he had gotten sucked under the walking pad as it was going. I jump off, unplug it, and his face is just like, kind of like, ow, like, dang. He's not crying or anything. I get some castor oil, and I pour it all over his arm and pull him out, because there was a bar under it, and his little tiny hand was literally stuck under it, like pinned down, and he was still holding the basketball. Trigger warning, these pictures are terrible, but this is what happened to his arm. Looked horrible. He wanted, at the time he still breastfed, so he wanted booby, and so I gave him booby, and he started to fall asleep. It was close to his nap time anyway, so he started to fall asleep. He was not crying. Like, it didn't necessarily hurt him, except for when he was under it. I'm freaking out. I'm crying, and I'm looking at it, and I literally have a picture of him while he's breastfeeding, trying to like get a picture of it, and he's falling asleep. Like, I'm videoing him, and I was like, I need to wash this thing, you know? Like, I need to wash it. So I take him off and take him to the kitchen and wash it with, oh my gosh, and wash it with soap. That is when he started screaming, obviously, but I needed to wash it. I was like, okay, this needs to be cleaned. I sent a picture to my family group chat. My little sister was about to go to work, and she called off immediately to come so she can drive while we go to the hospital. And my son was not crying. I have videos, I'll put them in here, but he's saying it doesn't hurt. And only when I told him we have to go to the doctors did he start screaming. Then he had to get an x-ray to make sure his hand didn't break. Screaming then. Had to put ointment on it, screaming then. Went to his pediatrician the next day, and I had to wrap it with this special ointment, and he had 3rd-degree burns all up and down his arm. He had to go weekly to the doctors to have his arm looked at. Anyways, for the longest, I would ask him, like, what happened to your arm? And he'd say, the walking pad. He doesn't remember anymore. And they said his arm would probably scar, but his arm, the scar is basically gone. The only thing is in the summer, he gets like dermatitis bumps on it. But that's it. Worst day of my life, and he doesn't even remember it. Here's his arm. There's a little scar right there, and then you can kind of see the bumps on it because it's hot.